WrestleFriends! WrestleFriends podcast!
Season 2.
Season 2.
WrestleFriends.
Back. It's been a quite a large amount of time.
The last time we done a WrestleFriends podcast, it was nice and sunny outside, and I was about to go on holiday.
Now it's nearly Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's season 2.
It's a long time.
Why do you think we've had such a long hiatus?
Busy lives.
I think it's because we're planning for season 2. That's why I think it is.
We've been sat around the table since the last episode, just thinking of things to do.
We've actually done like 12 podcasts that haven't been released.
All of which Fraser swore couldn't release them.
Yeah, I swear all the time. Shit.
So the crew's back together.
We got the band back together.
Got the Blazing Squad, or should I say the Phrasing Squad? Ooh, season 2, more
It's
puns.
interesting how none of the 9 listeners have asked for us to return.
So
we're returning to nobody wanting us to come back, but we are coming back.
The silent listeners, do you know what I mean? They don't have to speak with know what they think.
I had 2 new views on Facebook the other day.
Did we?
But they didn't like it. So
just viewed it.
They must have viewed it and hated
I'm
it.
viewing this shit.
We've got a lovely little sweet buffet going on though.
It's got wine gums,
Courtesy of
squashums.
Tesco Express.
First, tell us about the chocolates.
So, what we've got is, I'll start with the wine gums. I mean, you know what wine gums are all about. Fruity, juicy, everything tutti. And then what we've got so after that is we've got some squashies. We know what they're about. Little drumsticks without the stick, so just drums.
Baby.
And then chocolates. So imagine just classic dairy milk. Maybe there's a little bit of caramel infused in there. Who knows? I do actually. It says in the pack. And what they are is then the shape of the lion badge of the Premier League. Cadbury's.
Do you remember the Lion Man?
Yes,
I'm
I do.
the Lion Man, doing all I can, gonna make it home for the Lions.
Who's he?
He was a New Zealand Lion Man.
I know who you mean.
Yeah. I knew who he was. I just didn't know the song.
This has been a bit messy, so this is a WrestleFriends podcast. I'm Mark Jago.
I'm Dave.
I'm the best.
I don't know why I said my full name.
I meant to say the finest, but I messed
the
up.
Finest. Well, the Finest hasn't been on NXT for a while, has he?
I'm glad because he's an ugly son of a bitch.
Fucking weirdo. We still haven't got off that, have we?
No.
Talked about that last time in the summer.
Have you been up? What have you been up to
There's not
this
even
week?
any point in talking.
Just
what?
quick.
This
what have you
week?
been up to this week?
No,
tell you
nothing.
something.
Absolutely nothing.
I took not Fraser, because Fraser's here. I took Lucas to see the lights get put on in South Shields.
Did anyone famous do it?
Jedward did it.
Jedward?
What silly boys they are.
Were they doing wacky things?
They were being silly boys.
What, isn't it across the street from here?
Next to Word.
Oh, wow, word.
It was...
Word up.
So this is what I had to put up with. It was raining. There was pantomime characters there. Jedward.
Oh, no, there
and
wasn't.
people singing songs. And they were doing that.
Oh, yes,
Shtick.
there is. Who Jedward were doing?
And the man I was taking pictures of us, like, smile, I'm like...
Nothing to
This is
smile
literally
about.
the worst thing that's ever happened. Well, Lucas enjoyed it, so
Hey,
it's fine. He tried to run away.
Jedward almost finished in the top 10 in Eurovision, you know?
That was a good song, that. What a line. Can you remember it?
Definitely
What was
not.
it they'd done a wacky cover of, remember?
Everything they do is wacky.
Something hippity hop. You know what's really weird?
A hip to the hippie to hip.
Whilst we're on odd comedy acts, PJ and Duncan, one of them's not around anymore.
Yeah.
Done bad things, didn't he?
Drugs.
Well, neither
Alcohol?
of them are technically around, like, because
So
they're
now
having
it's
tech
like-
now, but...
Now it's like Holly and Duncan. What's that all about?
I'm enjoying them because I like I Am Celebrity. I think it's funny.
I don't like
It
it.
doesn't take itself too seriously.
I love Holly as well, so what are you going to do? Do you know what I mean?
Which is awesome. What have you been up to, Frizz?
Nothing really. Went to Ireland for the first time this week. Went to Dublin. Expensive, really expensive. Don't know how they deal with it. Probably why
Did you have any Irish
Probably
stew?
why they're broke as a country. I didn't. I
You
had
can
some
eat the
steak.
things in Irish stew.
I could, but I didn't have any Irish stew. I just had some steak. Average cost of a pint, £7.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's expensive.
Any need for that?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Pepsi's still alright price though, so that was alright. $9.99 single flight, 20 quid return. I had to go for that, basically.
Cheap to get there.
Expensive when you're there.
Not nice when you're there.
Who did you go to Ireland with?
My photography friend, so I went and did some photography things, and then came back, which it kind of defeated the point of getting cheap flights because I booked it for 2 days after, so the return flight was the wrong one, so I had to buy some new flights on the morning, which was 60 quid each.
Oh dear.
So that was fun. Yeah. Other than that, spot on.
Have you been squashing recently?
Haven't for 2 weeks. I've been telling Ben, and Ben's been bizzle. So I think
Bizzle.
next week we're getting back on the squashers.
Squashing.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Ben tomorrow. Polar Express. It's going to be fun. Bit
Polar
like
Express.
bit like Jedward. Tanfield.
I've-
Tanfield. Yeah.
Tanfield, yeah, it's a good one, that though.
It is. I've been there.
That's a good one, right? Because
All
there's
Christmas is bad.
No, man, you get off the train, right, and there's this little guy going around, and you get free chocolate and that.
It's almost like
I
me
just
with
like
me.
free chocolate.
It's like me with me buffets.
There's a
Which
coffee
is not
shop.
free chocolate because it's expensive.
You go to the coffee shop, you like coffee.
I do.
I think you'll enjoy it more than you think. You'll stand a
I
bit
can play
cute,
Pokemon Go with Ben as well.
Yeah, that'd be
And
good.
then we'll get in trouble for doing it off Amanda and Nicola.
Season 2.
So season 2, right? We've got a new format, and we're probably already overrunning anyway. Because
No,
we
no,
said
no,
we
we're
were going
fine.
to do like
Everything's going to be half an hour, isn't it?
half an hour, right?
So we're going to do
Huff Noah.
we're going to do like WrestleThoughts half an hour, shows have been to half an hour, little extra things half an hour. So we can record loads at once and try and keep some sort of
In an attempt to pull new listeners in.
keep some sort of schedule going.
So what's going to happen is we're going to get like 28 minutes, then just rush through everything.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully we'll get good at like time
Definitely
management.
not, because you're the worst for it, Jago. You talk about NXT for
Right.
like
So
every 40 minutes.
let's get going then. Let's get going.
Crack on, let's crack on.
Dry Sigmund Newton.
Do you one of you guys want to start? Or?
Now you start,
Now
because
you
you're the
start,
take the
because
longest.
you've
So
got all of the thoughts.
I've got some thoughts. Right.
Little-
So it was a little while ago, but I watched chapter 76, Progress, Hello Wembley. So this is the biggest independent show in Britain ever, I think.
No.
They got about 9,000 people
Tasty.
in Wembley Arena.
that's good.
So they had Walter versus Tyler Bate. It was really good. Stare down at the beginning reminded us of Hogan Andre, because like Bate had yellow trunks on, and on Progress's Twitter they had a big wide shot of it, and it was very nice.
Little and large again,
I
even though
enjoyed
like
it.
Hulk Hogan's actually large
Did he,
himself.
is he still wearing really like wacky clothes in?
No, it was like, because it was like the championship match and like the series, it was like serious head.
Just his trunks.
I bet you Walter and Bate are comparable in. I bet you Walter's bigger than
The difference.
the difference is bigger between Walter and Bate than Andre and Hogan.
Probably.
Anyway, it was good.
Interesting.
Because Tyler Bate's quite a short dude, isn't he? Really?
He's there about 5'7", yeah.
And Walter's a monster, isn't he?
6'4". Biggest hands I've ever seen. Anyway,
Say the Big Show's hands.
Phew.
yeah,
Let's say about people with big hands.
Get those hands.
big gloves. So Jimmy Havoc and Paul Robinson essentially had a light tube death match in Wembley Arena in front of 9,000 people. That's pretty cool.
That's
Yeah, but that is.
You won't get hurt.
If you've never seen Paul Robinson, he's an extremely intense man. He got like a really bad injury and he's been like road agent for, well, not road agent, like agent for Progress. But now he's come back in.
Who won these matches?
Pardon?
Who won these matches?
Jimmy Havoc beat Paul Robinson and Walter retained the belt. Mark Andrews and Eddie Dennis's year-long feud ended in a TLC match. It was really good, but I was gutted for them because they had that weird thing that you have with British tables that none of them broke.
Oh no.
Like literally, Mark Andrews did a flip off a ladder, you know, the size of the Jeff Hardy ladders,
Yeah.
onto a table, and Eddie Dennis still didn't break.
Christ.
Don't know which.
They broke one out of 8 tables. They broke one.
Didn't they just
But
use
that-
that at tables?
That's probably
I
a
don't
bigger difference gap than Bate and Volta. That is Dennis and Andrews.
Yeah,
Because
Dennis is massive.
6'7", I think, and Andrews is smaller.
I think
than Bate.
he's 6'7" in like WWE currency. I think he's like 6'5",
On-
but he is massive.
on
like,
NXT UK, he's massive compared to everyone else. He's like test built. He's like not too bulky, but he's like really tall.
He lost loads
Very
of weight.
lean,
He was,
isn't he?
what?
Very lean.
He didn't used to be, but he lost, like, when he gave up teaching, he lost like loads of weight, obviously, because wrestling's he's
I think
like
it's really weird. He was a teacher.
Head teacher.
youngest head
Yeah,
teacher
weird, isn't it?
in Britain. Like, that's not like just a thing. That's like an actual, not a WWE thing, like an actual thing. Anyway,
messing.
so I was good for them because not only did it, like, you could tell it, they were annoyed that the spots were being spoiled because they built up to this match for a year, but like it made it look a little bit amateurish.
Yeah.
Which was like
But
bad.
it wasn't their fault, obviously.
Well, it wasn't their fault. Match of the night was Ilya Dragunov versus Pete Dunne. Was good as you think. If you've never seen Ilya Dragunov, check him out. He's like he wrestles in WXW in Germany, and he's Russian. He's their like champion, and he's the new like big indie star, and he's started wrestling for Progress and companies like that.
So who won that one?
Pete Dunne.
Had to be.
So that was Hello Wembley. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Season 2.
No time.
No time.
No time.
I was very ill with a viral infection for a week. So I
We
made.
should maybe go into a little bit more detail about this.
It's amusing.
Yeah.
So I essentially was hallucinating at one point and was convinced that someone was forcing us over and over again all night for like hours to weave a basket. And I asked my wife why people were trying to make us weave baskets. And and then I've thought I'm quite poorly. What?
Did you
No,
try
it's
to
just
weave
going
a
on in my
basket?
head.
Right.
It was all happening in my head. Every time I closed my eyes, because I essentially didn't sleep for 4 days either. Like I was just wandering around the house for 4 days.
What
like,
point did you go to hospital?
After like 4 days of not sleeping, Amanda like put us in the car at 7 o'clock in the morning. Just drove us.
4 days of basket weaving.
Just drove us to the hospital.
Let's weave this basket.
And like I was really like annoyed because like
Did he go to A&E or did he go to...
I went to
one of the
A&E
baskets?
and like the receptionist was like, well, if you've got some sort of infection, you shouldn't have come here because you're going to spread it around. And I'm like, I'm not slept for 4 days and you're not being very nice to us.
What did your wife say when she took you in? I've brought him in, he's being weaving
Nah, she
baskets.
just dropped us off at the door and drove away.
Did you go to work?
Going to work, yeah.
Oh dear.
But yeah, it's
How did you get back home?
I got a taxi.
Bless you.
A little bit of sympathy would have been nice, wouldn't it?
I know, but the doctors and stuff were lush, so it was obviously just the receptionist was a twat. But yeah, went like
Proper lush.
Dick move.
when I wasn't going mad thinking that people were trying to make us weave baskets.
Season 2.
You should enjoy it.
That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to do that every time we need to move on. It's like the Oscar speech when people are going on, the music comes down, I'm just going to go, Season 2.
So I watched the first 8 episodes of NXT UK while I was ill.
Hasn't been 8 episodes.
It's been
10, I think.
Already?
Yeah.
2 a week.
What?
I'm
two a
two
week?
behind and I've watched 8.
Oh shit, man, I'm way
Yeah.
behind.
Things I have enjoyed thus far.
Wet bottom, man.
Zach Gibson, just in general.
Best heel.
Mechanic in the absolute
He's
mechanic
a
in the
fucking
ring.
good heel. He's so good that everyone actually hates him.
He would kind of remind us a bit of Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
He's done that shtick all the way through the Indies, the Liverpool's finest and stuff. He's got it down to a T. He's got like a horrible face. Like he's got the whole heel package.
He's got the right moves for it as well, hasn't he? Like the ground,
He's
the ground.
so good in the ring as well. So
I love how the reference of all the Liverpool things on his moves as well, like the Shankly Gates and stuff like that.
I
like
can't believe there's been 10 episodes. Like, I'm fucking missing something here. Like,
I'm enjoying when the crowd say, "Take your shoes off if you hate Gibson," and I'll take your shoes off.
Well, they do that. They'll stand up if you hate Gibson, stand up, and then some people don't, and then they go sit down. So they change it all the time, but it's non-stop.
But I was thought he was going to be a potential challenger for the belt, but I think he's going to go in the tags with James Drake.
Could be, yeah,
because they're the grizzled young vets in Progress. They've been like Progress tag champions.
They just did a little video promo on the recent episode, so
for both of them.
Yeah, they were both on, and they were basically saying, "Is James Drake sucking up to yours?" And he was like, "No, we've actually been mates for 13 years." And I was like, "I don't care about that."
You need to get some tag teams together, don't they? Some like.
Well, I think they've been trying.
Mustache Mountain.
I've been enjoying the presentation of Bomber Dave Mastiff. Not sure about the name. He's never been Bomber anywhere else.
Bomber reminds him out of.
I like it how they have the camera at his feet when he walks in, that like shakes. That's cool.
He's got a little feud already as well, hasn't he?
With Tyson T-Bone.
Yeah.
He beat him, I think, though.
I don't think they've had a match yet.
I think it's on the 10th. Gypsy guy.
Yeah.
And I don't rate him.
I don't like him.
So you would have particularly enjoyed Damien Weir i.e. Damien Dunn, getting squashed
Yeah,
by.
that's fun.
I think he did a really good job.
I think I messaged you at one point when I
I've
was
been really
watching
enjoying
it. Like,
I thought he did a really good job. His facials and stuff when he was
Is this
getting
the one that you
absolutely
don't
destroyed.
like?
yeah, I don't
Oh,
It was
right, okay.
in the third episode. It was like he was the guy who
Dave Mastiff.
Dave Mastiff squashed.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, absolutely smashed him.
It's good.
It's
Good.
Yeah.
Fucking dick.
So Johnny Saint mercifully hasn't had too much to say.
Yeah, God.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not enjoying him.
I think
It's
he's
the
done a
worst.
good. I think he's done a good job where he's needed. Like there was the thing when Trent Seven and Zach Gibson were going to kick off, and he was like,
No.
"Don't even think about it."
Nah, I really didn't enjoy that.
You didn't even.
Nah.
Not even that. You just said like, "Don't think about it,"
Isn't that-
and then made a
because
match.
he started doing this wavy thing, like telling them to come backstage. Was that like?
I feel like he's like a character from like Carry On Camping or
Do you
something.
not?
Like,
I'm now
Is
going
it? Do
to
you
eat
think
your
it's a
wine
situation where he's like so respecting that no one will say like?
I think that's what they're trying to do.
You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
I think that's all they've got though.
I can
Because
be
like,
that guy.
I think that's
doing
all
it
they've
wrong.
got though, because like I've noticed on the Twitter and stuff when they post little videos of like things, he seems to be more on them than he is actually on the actual show.
Maverick's British. They could fly him over to do it.
But he's
There's
pissed
got to be
himself.
somebody else. Why do you have to do
brilliant.
that? Anyway,
He's a new butt of all the jokes now.
there's got to be someone else. I would have even had Regal do it.
You could have Regal do both.
Why not Paige if she's injured?
Paige.
Because she's actually doing quite well on
Why?
there.
All
Why-
the people have mentioned are British. They
Why
could
is it
all
got to
do
be someone British anyway?
Paige is doing really well.
Well,
on
I
SmackDown.
disagree with you. I want Johnny Saint to stay.
Well,
You're wrong.
you might as well just have a cardboard cutout then, because it'll probably be just as good.
Just stand him in the corner.
I just with a soundboard going, no, this way, no.
Don't even think about it.
I don't know why he's Geordie. No.
Because I think what happened is on the Championship, UK Championship special / telling you about NXT UK, like they gave him quite a lot to say, and I think they were like,
No,
let's not do that again.
Triple H was in the ring at the time. And
But
you can
they've
see
gotta,
Triple
like-
H
He
going
had
shit.
He, like,
H had to
directs him as
pick
well.
his hand up.
Triple H literally carried him through that. It was,
But
it was really awkward.
I'm happy. Not a few things, just a few things to say. Gives the air of like the past British wrestling. And all
Yeah,
that.
I mean Regal would be perfect, but he's smashing the main show, and so.
Anyway,
I think it's someone better.
Eddie Dennis's promos telling his story, and like why he's bitter and how Mark Andrews and like Pete Dunne were doing. He came up with them and he had his injury and like
He was a teacher.
he had to be
Teacher
part
once,
time.
Me. That was me. Welsh.
They left me behind because I was injured.
I was a teacher once. Me.
That wasn't too bad actually.
I know
And
mine
I
was
We're gonna
not.
get into Fireman Sam again.
No man.
But he's had a few squashes as well, being kept strong.
Yeah.
I like him. Well, I've always liked him.
I've never seen him wrestle before.
I haven't
but,
actually
I was
watched
looking
him
forward to
wrestle
it.
on that. I've seen him do the promo bit.
Just a little squash he's had,
Is-
and he's
is
got
it-
been arguing with Ashton Smith.
Smash.
Smithy.
Smash the bomb.
Who I don't get Ashton Smith at all. Don't get him. I like Sid Scala, plucky youngster, keeps losing and asking for more chances.
Is that the little red trunk man?
Little red truck.
Yeah.
We saw him at North as the like Jordan Belford, like Wolf of Wall Street gimmick.
Aye.
Same guy.
He was good.
I'd like to see where the story goes because he's gone to Johnny Saint with his suit on, saying, "Look, he's going to wrestle Joe Coffey on the next one." So something's going to, they're like focused on it too much as a storyline for it not to like
Be something.
be something.
Who's who's your favourite then at the minute?
Of all them,
Out of all of
On
them.
NXT
Who's
UK?
impressed you the most out of NXT UK?
who I didn't or who I wasn't, who wasn't
Who
already.
sort of like surprised you?
I think it's Zach Gibson probably. I liked him on Progress, but since I've been watching Progress, he's always been in a tag team.
I've enjoyed the Coffee Brothers.
Coffey's awesome.
I think
I'd never seen them before.
No, that's why it was more of a surprise for us. Didn't really know anything about them before the tournament, and I've really enjoyed them since.
So now we've got that heel stable of the Coffey Brothers and Wolfgang. You can build the whole show
I think
around that.
That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. I think there's going to be a couple of factions. I think the whole Scala thing is going to be like a little plucky faction of people like Mark Andrews and stuff. And I think they're going to be like against the bullies. I think that's
Flash
what
Morgan and Webster and all
Yeah,
that.
I think that's
So
what
they've already done it a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to lead up to. Like, because obviously, like when it's 3-on-3, they're never going to beat the Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang because they're like literally twice the size of them. So I think that's what it's going to be, and it's working.
So where tag teams are coming together for the tournament. So we've got.
I like that promo, by the way, when Mustache Mountain came and going, "We want the belts," and then they were like, "But there's no other tag teams." And I was like, yeah, that's a bad point. That's a point that should really.
We've got Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan.
Willie John.
So Williams is the like Back to the Future type guys from
They're already out, aren't they?
ICW.
They're already out though, aren't they?
No, I haven't started the tournament yet.
Are they not?
No.
They haven't Dave's mind, even though he's never watched any of the
I
episodes.
think I've been a bit drunk whilst watching these.
Obviously, Zach Gibson, James Drake. They've got Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster being a team.
Hardy Brothers.
It also gives everyone a purpose.
I didn't even say the Hardy Boys, I got it wrong.
Hardy Brothers. Oh yeah, the Hardy Brothers.
That's what they should be called now, because they're not like 12 anymore.
But they're giving everyone
Hardy
something
men.
to do. And you know who I really like? The guy who used to be a Blue Peter presenter.
Oh, the little...
I can't remember his name.
The little
though.
guy with the afro.
Yeah, with the bow tie. He reminds
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
So
he's really good.
Was that now?
He used to be blue. He works for BBC. He was on Children in Need, isn't
He's a proper little smiley kid, isn't he?
he reminds us of the back in the day when you had like Lord Alfred Hayes and people like that.
I'm backstage. Here
I'm just
with
talking to Cinderella.
Joe Coffee.
He just gets abuse all the time, doesn't he? It's like it's back in like in the
I wish I
Attitude
remember
Era
his
when they were
name.
just.
I love it when they. You know,
I meant
they-
to write his name down, but then forgot.
You know
That's
when they
why I
go
write things down.
backstage on NXT UK and it's pretty like it's full on like United Kingdom stadiums and it's proper grim. Like when they do the ones in America, then the backstage is all this massive area, but like they're always in this dark ditch. It's a bit like this,
just a grey bar. Yeah, I like him. It's great seeing Ligero on WWE
Radzi.
television as well. Radzi.
Radzi Chinyanganya.
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet you that's definitely the way he pronounces his surname.
Radzi Chin. I can't even.
But
say
I really like him. I think he's good.
it. Is he yeah younger than us?
Since he's never, that's annoying. Since he's never been on a wrestling show before. He's good.
Yeah.
It's
And plus he's tiny as
Well,
well,
if
which
he's
is
a
what
wrestling
Vince.
fan or if they've just seen him
He
on
must
Blue
be.
Peter and went, yeah.
That's what Vince likes,
He's
doesn't
British
he?
and good talks.
Triple H has probably been on Blue Peter before.
Oh yeah, you'll have a Blue Peter badge.
Definitely.
And it's great seeing Ligero on WWE television. Hardest working wrestler in the country.
True that. Is that the guy from Leeds?
The Leeds luchador.
I was
I keep mocking him for it, don't they?
the chances to come with Leeds,
It's
and the
mental,
chance.
innit? Like,
I tell you the one thing I
Here
really
Street.
dislike. The one thing I like most things about NXT UK. The one thing, as I mentioned this when I first talked to you about, is the arena that the first. I mean they've changed it now because they went to Birmingham the second time, but it was at Cambridge the first one.
Yeah.
It was like
Where one side was like they came down one side of the
Yeah.
ramp, and I saw what you meant straight away when I
They're
was
literally
watching
like
it.
they're talking to where the camera is, so the crowd's in the background.
Yeah.
But it must be hard to do a promo when you're literally looking at a curtain and there's no
Yeah.
fans there. And I went and you can tell the people that aren't as good on the mic are kind of uncomfortable because they keep on turning around to look at the crowd, and then they get this weird angle shot from the camera, being like, "Oh, I can't get you in the shot." So you get like loads of weird side glances of the camera angle. But in the new episodes, the last two, they've been in Birmingham, much better.
They're recording some this week in like
Liverpool?
Liverpool, I think. So,
Yeah.
Liverpool,
but
Oh.
it is a strange.
be nice for them to come to
two at a
Newcastle,
time.
but I can't see where they would do it in Newcastle.
Academy.
I've got a little bit of inside info
Yeah.
as well about the NXT title, like
The NXT, which title?
Pete Dunne's title.
Oh, the UK
I
one.
think that he's going to be dropping the title in one of the upcoming shows, whoever he's facing. So that might be the Liverpool, and it could be the Shankly Gates. Because it's always good to have a heel as
To my mind, it's only him and Mustache Mountain who are doing double duty on NXT and NXT
well,
UK.
I think Pete Dunne's going full NXT.
Yeah.
now. I think that's what they're doing because that obviously with WarGames
Well,
and
like
stuff.
NXT
And I think
USA.
because they want to make it like the whole Ricochet versus Pete Dunne thing, don't they as well?
To take away the UK Championship for that.
Makes
I'm
sense.
going to talk about that actually.
Lovely.
NXT TakeOver
Segue.
WarGames 2.
Yeah,
I watched it. Do you guys watch it?
I've watched it.
No. Well, I've watched all of it apart from the
The actual
actual
main
war
event.
games.
Gargano Black. I thought that was the best match of the night for me.
Had everything.
Technically tremendous, but are we buying Gargano as a heel?
No, not at all. But
I think I'd sort of like guessed that this is where they were going with it a while ago. Like,
yeah, you did. You called it. You called it a month ago. Like on his Titantron, they've got like sad faces, angry faces, rather than like.
do you know what I think it is? I think it's almost like when Shawn Michaels was the bad guy, and it wasn't really like a heel, but he was just really arrogant.
he's a natural
I think
baby
that's what-
face, isn't he? And
yeah,
it's
that's
not
what
really
I think
like.
it is. I think he's just because he's obviously a really, really, really talented person. So it's almost as if like I'm a better than you kind of heel. as opposed to like, I'm
I
going to
think
kill
that,
you.
I think they'll end up back together as a heel tag team.
Well,
DIY
he has a
reading.
bit more fantasy booking. So what about this whole I'm a like bad guy is like an act, and he like
to get him.
he's trying to lure
Ciampa back in.
Ciampa back into like a false sense of security so they could kick it off again later.
But what about a potential call up to the main roster as DIY, and then them having this fallout again on the main roster again?
Yeah, could do that.
The worry with that is though is
They wouldn't be called DIY if they were both heels though. But this, I think, like
What does it
Gargano
stand
being
for?
Gargano, what?
What a DIY
Just
stand.
do it yourself.
do it yourself, huh?
Gargano being a heel is because Ciampa is obviously the biggest heel in the universe. It's kind of taken away from that.
He's so good as a
If they
heel.
go up to the main roster as a tag team, they're gonna get fucking ruined before they even get started.
Yeah.
I just, you know what I've stopped doing? I've stopped doing, like, thinking about what's going to happen when they go to the main roster because we've got such a small window of time to enjoy the NXT goodness.
Laws is going up.
It's got, they've beat up
Done the
Aaron
promo,
vignettes, eh?
They haven't said which one though. He's been vignettes on both, and they still don't know which one he's on.
SmackDown.
Because on the pre-show
I
of
couldn't care
TakeOver,
less.
Keith Lee smashed him as a kind of like,
yeah.
I'm the
We just did a
pounds.
one big shoulder block. I enjoyed it though, because
Because he's a new,
Well,
he's
look,
like a new big guy.
Keith Lee's awesome though.
New beastie.
He's much better than the ugly bloody ogre guy.
I thought you'd like Keith Lee, he's got like swag.
It's not the swag, I just like him because he's good. Whereas Lars, just everything about him shit.
Well,
He's finisher.
Like Keith Lee's like a
right, Lars.
12-year veteran where Lars,
can't-
you literally train Lars from
Oh
like,
yeah, I get that, but like, I just it's mainly the finish that I get really annoyed
face.
with Lars. I just think it's crap.
his big head.
Well, he's obviously his massive ogre head as well,
I
but
think
like
you
just
could have done with a bit more time on NXT. Like
just the freak accident, I think is an awful finisher for a
Crap.
big guy.
He does
Bad
better
name,
moves. He
innit?
does better
That's
moves.
it.
We've
I know.
gone over this before.
Like literally, like there was in the takeover versus Dream, he did this mint move, and I was like, "Oh, it's over!" And then he put him up, and then did the freak accident afterwards, and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "You've just spoiled that mint move that you've just done." I can't remember what it was, but it was
season 2,
Season
looks like
2.
it might overrun.
The woman, season
Slightly.
2, woman.
season
I like Shayna Baszler's little MMA crew.
Yeah,
It's good.
the 4 horsewomen.
Well,
without
it's like
four.
it
I
means
know.
she can be a badass, but it doesn't take everything away from the babyface when they get beat because there's obviously been a little bit of shenanigans.
I don't think Shayna
Baszler.
Baszler. I was going to say Bayless.
Baszler.
I don't think she gets enough credit because she's like
I
brand
think
new.
she's great.
She's literally on the same as Ronda Rousey, if you think, right?
I think she's,
And she's
more charismatic.
Yeah,
than her.
she's just
better in the
she's
ring.
literally went straight in there and like she's coming up with these moves of like that twisty arm thing and shit like that. And she looks like she's been doing it all this time. I mean, I know Rousey is as well, but I think she needs a bit more credit how actually good she is. Like just, I mean, I know Dave has his sandwich when it comes on, so he doesn't know if she's any good or not.
Pigs and
Still
blankets
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Pigs and blankets from
Pigs
Greg's.
and blankets sandwich from Greg's. Or women's wrestling.
You can't eat one of them all the time though, because that would be loads of money. WarGames was good, not as good as last year, but I think you were right when you said because I probably just don't like it as much because it's like it was back last year.
I think there was more
That's the
things
thing.
in this one than there was in the last one.
Ricochet's double moonsault. How can a
he's
human
an
being
idiot,
do that?
him. Like, I mean, I love it, but like,
Still can't get over the fact he wore shoes and no socks.
He wasn't too far away from missing everyone as well. Although
well, he kind
athletically
of
it was
did.
amazing.
He did miss most people.
He clipped. I forget who was at the back of the bunch. He just clipped them.
But when there's like 7 people in the ring and you hit one person and then all 7 fall down.
I've got big plans to watch it this weekend and some Survivor series.
So do you know what happened though? So I can talk about what happened.
I don't know anything that happened in it.
Do you not want us to talk about that?
I'm not bothered to talk about it.
There's some really good spots that like.
They should have kicked off the Dunn and Ricochet rivalry properly. At the end,
Has one of them turned heel then?
No.
they were just like, oh, best friends.
They stood on top of the cage and were like,
Whereas
and then Pete Dunne was doing his usual like
they were
snidey
both
face.
stood on top of the cage. Dunn
Natural
could
heel, innit?
have
Natural
just
heel.
pushed them off.
Yeah.
Then they would have been off and running.
I think Ricochet done enough somersaults to do any more that day. Like I think he threw himself around like a rag doll.
Flippy man.
Anyway,
He's just a flippy man, isn't he?
that's me.
Well done, Jago.
No,
Sorry.
did you not mention the Ciampa Dream match? Like,
Oh, the only thing I enjoyed it, but the only thing I had to say is that I really, obviously Ciampa, amazing heel, and I loved the Dreams Hogan costume.
Oh, it was
I thought it was very
Yeah.
done. black guy wearing the costume is very divisive.
Loads of references in the match as well, though, which I like because he carried it all the way through, which was good. So,
But obviously, love the dream.
Love the dream.
Love the dream.
Gutted he lost.
I think he's gonna have a shot. I think
that's just the start of big things for him, though. Any like
I like how he didn't have the his tights were different this time. He didn't have like a message or someone's face on. He just had Hulk Hogan, like Hollywood Hogan came out, and I was like, he's always doing something fresh, and you know that's he's got some future in the business because if he's making that much effort on his outfits, then and he's already class in the ring. It's just a lovely boy.
Just a lovely geese.
No, you didn't like him.
Yeah, I do.
They
just used to show him out every now and again, though, didn't they? Like, here comes the Velveteen. What was he called again?
Patrick Clark.
Patrick Clark.
Patrick Clark.
Yeah.
Good one though. Is I love what the booking with Matt Riddle though, because I don't like Ono anyway, so I like that.
Yeah. Can we just talk about that for a second? How good was that? Just came up. What like? I love the way he wrestles with no shoes on. That's mint.
We've now talked about that longer than the match itself, so
really.
Need to give it the respect.
Next time I go on holiday, I'm kicking my shoes off, my flops off, the same way Riddle does.
He's a beast of a guy, like isn't he?
Long.
Like he was taller than Ono, I think, wasn't he? But
Ono's like 6'4" as well, massive.
But he's
season 2, we've overrun.
Yeah, we did it. What we said we weren't going to do. We're at half an hour. Have you guys got?
I must admit, when you take 5 months off, like, and you're trying to put it down to 30 minutes, it's not going to happen, is it?
It's not going to happen, is it?
You guys got any WrestleThoughts?
Yeah, I've got a couple of WrestleThoughts, me. WrestleThoughts, Dave's thoughts.
Dave's thoughts. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Dave's thoughts. Season 2.
Have you heard about this new wrestling promotion that's happening?
All out or something?
All Elite Wrestling.
Something like that. I heard that they've had a lot of patents.
What the hell? Right, so I'm going to fly in for 2 chocolates right now.
Premier League chocolates.
Oh, baby. So
they're going to have some lovely chewing sounds.
Oh, yeah. Jim Ross, Jericho were meant to be doing it. But now I've heard it's Cody's promotion with the Young Bucks.
I'm pretty sure it's always going to be Cody's, isn't it? Because he was the first one to leave out of all of the...
I think it's pretty exciting. So it's the guy who is it Sadiq Khan?
Yeah.
He
owns Fulham.
Yeah.
And a American football team.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I want to say.
So he's massively rich billionaire, and apparently he's really into wrestling as well. So I think that's a really good combination of money and talented people that know a bit about wrestling. It could be sort of like the competition that is needed to give WWE a kick up the arse. How many of Ring of Honor have left? Like loads of Ring of Honor have left.
What do you mean?
Like I've actually it's been like their last thing. Like even Chris Daniels and stuff. Like there's been loads that have been with them for ages.
I know WWE sniffing around people like Silas Young and people like that.
Because the link was like, oh, will the Young Bucks and stuff actually join WWE? But it just seems like they might be doing this new promotion.
It looks like they're doing the promotion because they all said they were sticking together, didn't they? And, but then the Young Bucks have been posting a lot of like pictures of them with AJ. I don't know if they're just winding people up and stuff like that.
That's what they do, don't they? They love doing it because it gets everyone talking. And they're masters of social media, them man.
I think it's a pretty good start to your promotion though. If you've got all of the elite, you've got Jericho and whoever else on board.
It's a very massive faction to have in a wrestle promotion, though, isn't it? You're going to have to get a lot more podcasts.
Think about your card. You need 20 wrestlers, something like that.
So is Jericho going to be the main heel?
We don't know.
Because he's not really part of the elite, is he?
If they're doing it a way where they can all work for other promotions, a little bit like Impact are doing.
You bring in the elite. That's 4 guys.
5.
Interestingly,
it's not interesting.
Hangman Page is staying with New Japan.
Is he?
He's not coming with them.
I thought they were all staying together.
He's left Bullet Club, but he's staying in New Japan.
They all left Bullet Club.
Check on Twitter later. I'm sure he said he's staying.
I don't care, mate. Sorry.
That's true.
That's brilliant.
Tough Love season 2.
What I'm saying is there have to be some like change in the dynamics of the elite for it.
That would be like.
I think it'll just be like, do you know how they have local shows and stuff, and it'll just be mint like big cards. I think that's what it'll be. Probably not like Ring of Honor or New Japan yet, where it's like a big promotion like working towards big goals.
No, you have to build up to that.
I think it'll be like all in, where they'll just have big cards and then just gradually build little stories based on that, so that all the guys, because the guys can't like all just work on that one promotion, can they? They're gonna have to be on New Japan every now and then. It probably just meant that when they left Ring of Honor, like they won't have a full-time contract there. They'll just come back every now and then or something.
I bet there's a lot of unhappy people at WWE who would be quite happy to go and work in a promotion with JR and Jericho.
The thing is, apparently Vince loves all this stuff, because Jericho mentions it all the time when he did the New Japan thing and stuff. He says like Vince loves it because it actually gives him a kick up the arse, and it also means that wrestling's more popular around the world, which potentially just means there's more fans to watch WWE. Like, when you look at it that way, it's true, isn't it? Like, they're still making more money than ever, and they're actually getting less viewers than ever. So
nothing shows how much he needs to kick up the arse as much as that Saudi Arabia show that they've just done. Did anyone watch it?
That's an episode itself, I think.
Did anyone watch
I
it?
don't think we've got time.
Like,
I watched it. Super Amazing Showdown.
I'm a big fan of a tournament. You know that, right?
No, the Crown Jewel.
You know what I mean?
We're talking about Crown Jewel.
Oh, Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Showdown was the Australian
The
one, wasn't it?
worst
Showdown.
tournament that's ever
Like,
happened.
honestly, the tournament was shocking. And then
Do you think they deliberately made a farce of it because of the
I was
shitstorm
thinking,
beforehand?
like, they must have like arsed this up on purpose, like.
But the thing is, I don't.
Then they couldn't have arsed up the Triple H injury on purpose, because he was out like from the start of that match. And poor Shawn Michaels.
I don't think they did that. Yeah.
Poor Shawn Michaels, who hasn't wrestled for like how many years? 8.
Yeah.
Had to carry the whole match by himself.
It's in his 50s.
Massive bruise.
Moonsaulting and stuff like that.
You see the photo of his massive bruised
Aye.
tit.
Do you see what he said before he took the moonsault?
No.
He said something like "God rest me soul," or he said something weird like that, and then you heard him on the camera when he did it. But like, when I thought about it though, like, do you know if they deliberately messed it up, the people that put the show on, like in Saudi and stuff, wouldn't know any different. They wouldn't give a shit.
They didn't care.
Do you know what I mean? They probably thought it was amazing. That Shane McMahon one.
They just see a big entrance, don't they? And they're like, and then they're all back on
To
the
be
phones
fair,
again,
it was a hell of a show. Like the production wise, like.
Armchairs at ringside.
Hogan return.
How do you stop a really controversial thing by starting with Hulk Hogan, the most controversial person in wrestling at the minute? I was just like, as soon as that happened and kicked
I like
off,
the way that they've had him back for that, and then they've just wiped him out from memory again.
do you love how he was also the host and then didn't host anything?
Why do they do that? They do this whole. They have hosts. It was like the New Day when they hosted WrestleMania.
They did come out and introduce the Hardys and stuff though.
That was it though.
Diet Coke break.
You said an interesting thing when we were talking, how I was like, when the car was kicking off like that, it was like Shawn Michaels came back there.
Yeah.
But you were saying like you thought he did it because if he didn't have it anymore, it didn't matter. Whereas if he did it at WrestleMania,
he did it at WrestleMania with all eyes on him, and he fucking fucked up.
It
would be like
so. There's info about that now because he was on the new episode of A&C's podcast. Because it's been off for like a month.
I haven't even listened to that.
Because they've changed.
Season 2?
Season 2.
It literally is season 2. They copied off us.
I wonder if they except for the timings and stuff like that.
Well, they've changed. They've changed.
The producer, haven't they?
Westworld 1. Because what's his face? Christian keeps on saying it's Westworld all the time, like the TV show. But Mega Matt's not anymore. The guy who's been up with them from the start. That's a shame. They've got this weird American guy, and I'm just
not
like,
as cool than you.
Nah. But then Shawn Michaels was on, and he was saying like how it was almost like people said, "Oh, was it for the money?" He was like, "Well, no. If you think I would have actually made more money doing a singles match at WrestleMania." But I think it is the whole messing up thing. I think you would have been like, "Look, I haven't wrestled in 8 years," and then they were asking him like, "Have you done like practice matches to prepare and stuff?" And he was like, "No," and then they were laughing, going like, "Only."
Fairness, I think he held his own in the match, and I think
he was the best one out of the four.
Taker and Kane that looked really sloppy.
He was the best one out of the four.
Kane's mask got kicked off his face. I think at one point I actually heard Shawn Michaels telling Undertaker what to do. It was horrendous.
He was still the best.
I still think Shawn Michaels could wrestle a match at WrestleMania. I think it would have to be against someone like AJ Styles who could carry him through the match. But that's a match that. That's
what they mentioned.
He trained Daniel Bryan.
Bryan would be good.
If the only thing I would see it happening would be a Shawn Michaels Undertaker or Triple H, and I don't want to see that. I don't see the point.
Triple H isn't going to be back.
But I don't see the point in doing that anyway. What's the point? It's like watching Undertaker versus Triple H, which was
Triple
like...
H going to miss WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit good about that, actually.
He's got a torn tit, hasn't he, or
I
something?
like a good Triple H entrance at WrestleMania.
Yeah, just only for the entrance.
The skull thing with the chainmail and that. Oof.
Anyway, right.
Drizzle
Let's
on
go
him.
quickly, like, who's been your favourite heel turn? So you can have Gargano, Ambrose, Bryan, go.
Brian.
Easy.
Bryan.
Brian, easy.
Bryan, yeah.
Did you hear? Did
The
you
other
see?
two, I didn't like the other two.
Did you see the?
I've been enjoying Dean Ambrose more as a heel as I was enjoying him before
for
he
sure.
got injured as a goofball.
I think they're trying to play on the...
For sure.
I think that... I'm still not sure morally whether they're playing on the Roman Reigns thing's right or not. Yeah, I think Roman Reigns would have given them the permission.
He would have.
But I think it's like they mention it too much.
Like,
though.
I think...
Like when Eddie Guerrero died.
It's literally like they're like, oh, let's force Vicky Guerrero into any storyline ever, so we can keep the Eddie Guerrero
Let's
movement.
make Ray point at the sky and do
It's literally like
little dance
Yeah.
every time.
It is. It's like Dean Ambrose will win the title, and then you'll go.
I know Roman
that,
Reigns isn't
and,
dead,
and you'll
but-
be like, that's because Roman Reigns isn't here. Like, you'll say that for like 5 years or something, and you'll just be like,
Well, apparently it's going to be Brock versus Rollins at WrestleMania, and that's going to be something to do with Roman's leukemia as well. Like, they're going to keep playing on that. Apparently, it's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure about.
I hope he returns though. Just to
No, you
mention
will.
that,
You will.
He's a tank, isn't he?
Has anyone seen Daniel Bryan's promo
Yeah.
from this week?
Nah,
Awesome.
I haven't seen it. I
Do
need
you know
to
what it
watch
is?
it.
People, I didn't think he
it's
was that
very
good at promos, but as a heel, much better.
When he was in Ring of Honor, so I'm talking like
Was he heel in Ring of
years
Honor?
and years and years ago. Like that, all his promos, that was the style.
Oh, so he was a heel in Ring of Honor then?
Yeah,
Much better
that's
as a
kind
heel.
of like
Much better.
crazy heel.
I liked it though because
He
the
did
match,
2 Jericho references as well.
Ah.
Video, I enjoyed them.
the,
I
the,
need to
the match
watch
at
it.
Survivor
Watch it.
Series was actually really good.
Yeah,
it was
I've
Brock's-
seen that.
Brock's
That's the only
best
one.
match
I've,
in a
that's the
long
only
time.
one I've seen. Shows you how much respect Lesnar's got for Brian, that he's willing to like
Even-
put his working
How
shoes
long
on.
was the match? Was it longer than like 5 minutes?
Well, it was what 25.
He let
Was it?
he let Brian like dominate him at times
Really?
as well.
But it's Brian started well, then Lesnar came and literally annihilated him, like John Cena style.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh shit, this is gonna be nasty. Because
gonna give him
the only thing is the
concussion.
commentators, like Michael Cole was like, it's David versus Goliath, and you were just like, well, no, it's fucking big versus small, like it's gonna dominate him. But they just kept on mentioning it as if like,
Michael Cole's a dick, and he.
oh, and to be fair, it's his job. It's what
He's
Vince
just
tells him to
avoiding
do.
Vince on
Yeah.
telly,
Exactly.
That's what he is. That's why
But then
get
he
annoyed
dominated him, and then Brian came back and smashed him in the balls and changed it, and then it shows you how much Brock it does like him because he sold even on the way out of the arena, and I don't think I've seen him do that even against Reigns. Like he was limping all the way to the back, and he might actually truly be limping, like which would have
How do
been
you
funny.
feel about Brock becoming champion again?
Don't think that's a choice to be
I
honest.
didn't like it.
I thought it was definitely.
I didn't.
I
like
thought it was definitely Braun Strowman's time. Like,
From what I always say, it's just a waste of
a belt.
a belt. Having it on.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
like that.
having it on a part timer. I've always been an advocate for having Brock Lesnar on telly because
Yeah.
of getting people in, but I don't think I don't think that special attraction needs the belt as well.
Yeah,
But I've also heard that The Rock's coming back and he's going to win it off Lesnar. So there's another part timer.
He's in-
After Goldberg's had it.
The Rock doesn't
And
have
then-
time. The Rock won't have time to,
So it's
to be on
the
telly.
only-
Like, do you know what I mean?
I know, like how Balor was injured straight away when he had it. So the only like full time Universal Champion they've ever had was Kevin Owens, isn't it? Like everybody else has been part time.
Roman would have been.
Roman hadn't won it. That was his first Universal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Roman's because he'd had the WWE.
Uh-huh.
I don't mind Brock being a title ahead of Strowman just because I think Strowman's better in the position he's in.
Injured now, wasn't
Yeah.
It's a real injury.
Yeah. Well, he's had it for a while, but he can still fight because he's obviously an animal. And they did that little thing on Raw to kind of say that's what's wrong with it, so he can get an operation. But I don't know whether they'll be back in time for TLC though, because this is the time of the year where there's 10 pay-per-views in 3 months. So
I thought he was wrestling.
get Baron Corbin, but he's having an operation and he's getting like on his elbow or something. So whether he's back in time, I don't know. Because I think he generally is having an operation on it because they needed to do it for like 4 months apparently. So
Should we end on that bombshell?
Oh, none that bombshell. So half an hour turning into 45 minutes isn't too bad.
ooh, half a football match.
Isn't too bad.
Tune in for the second half.
Oh, season 2.
Season 2.
That was fun.
Part
I've
one.
done that for many times.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just cleared the old throat and getting into it.
I'm not gonna lie, it's good for Dave's bladder.
Yes.
You're gonna go for a wee straight away.
Damn right.
Little pissy Dave. He's like Drake Maverick.
Dave, pissy pants.
Bye, everyone.
Try.
Thanks for your listening.
Season 2.
Thank you.